YouTubies, how's it going? Alright, tonight I'm doing a mental health update as well as a story time about my cyber stalker. I'll do the update part first and then I'll tell about the cyber stalker. Okay, I'll try not to make this too long either because I could go on and on and on about this guy. Okay, first of all, ever since we've gotten better after getting rid of the COVID, I think I'm actually starting to feel... You better not knock things over, boy. Don't be trying to get underneath a blanket, Diana. Why the cat's guy always interrupt me on this? Okay. Totally lost my train of thought. Oh, after we got rid of the big C, I think maybe I'm actually starting to feel a tiny bit better, a little bit more energy with my chronic fatigue. I still sleep a lot, and I'm bad me, but I've gone off of my depression and anxiety meds. I take the one medication if I need to sleep. I have another one that I use for if I need to sleep, if I can't get my brain to shut off. But otherwise, I've gone off of my anxiety and depression meds because I feel like I've been doing better, and I don't feel like I need them right now, and they really... they just make me feel so out of it, so loopy and everything. And I sleep even more than I normally do. I sleep, without meds, I sleep anywhere from, depending on the day and how I feel and everything, between 8 and 12 hours. I know that's a lot. Sometimes more. Depends on how I feel because of chronic fatigue. But with the medications, I was sleeping like 18 or more hours sometimes. And I feel like I wasn't getting anything done. So I've gone off of them. I still have them for in case I need them. You know, if I feel like I need them, then I will go back on them, and I'll let my doctor know that I did go off of them and I need to be put back on them. But at this moment, things have leveled off. Since I've been working on addressing a lot of my baggage from my past, you know, being abused, neglected, and all that kind of stuff, I've actually been... I feel like I've been doing both physically better, mentally, and emotionally. So, how I like to describe it, I was talking to Anthony about this the other day, how I just like to describe how I've started doing is, I envision all of my past crap, abuse, neglect, yada yada yada, as baggage in this duffel bag that I have on the floor. And as I want to say this, in the last 6 or 8 months, maybe a year, I've been learning about narcissism, child abuse, neglect, all those kinds of things that I wasn't aware that I didn't, back then I didn't know there was a word for what I was going through. Let's put it that way. This is hard to explain because I don't know, on some things I don't know how to put what I am thinking and feeling into words. So, okay, bear with. So as I'm learning about narcissism, because my dad is a narcissist, I think Anthony is a little bit himself even. He's actually admitted it the other day that he thinks he is himself even to some degree. I think we all are to some degree. I think everybody has a little bit of it. But Dad is worse. My cyber stalker is the worst I've ever met, that I've ever known of being a narcissist. Oh my God. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, Focus, Vikki, focus. So anyway, all this baggage I have in a imaginary duffel bag on the floor. And as time goes on, I'm taking my baggage out and putting on a fireplace mantle shelf, across. That way I can, Dad be a narcissist right there. The childhood neglect, the religious trauma, this, that, and the other, all on a fireplace mantle across it. That way I can say, okay, I see you, I address you, I acknowledge you. You're there, and now I'm going over here and working on myself and working on positive things. That way I can still visually, sort of mentally see the crap that's up on that mantle. But yet I'm working on me over here, on the present and future me. If that makes sense. I hope this is making sense. Basically, what I do is I try to use things to visualize. It's hard to explain to other people. When I'm talking about it in my mind, how I want to say all this, it sounds so simple, but when I go and actually say it to you guys or Anthony or my parents or anything like that, it's like I stumble all over my words. I think partly I get a little bit nervous when talking about stuff like this. So anyway, I got a little bit of anxiety right now too. Not real bad, but a little bit. So yeah, mentally putting everything up on a shelf has really helped me cope with things. I'm not mentally putting things up there to forget them. Occasionally I'll go back over in my mind to the mantle and take whatever topic down and kind of dust off and address it some more and see if there's anything else I remember of that particular topic from my past. There's a lot of things from my past I do not remember. But recently, I've been actually remembering. A lot of those memories are starting to come to light. So then, after I dust it off, I put it back on the mantle. God, I hope this makes sense. And another thing is, Anthony, he teases me about being crazy. And I don't want anybody to take this as being bad. I do not mean it as being disrespectful or rude or anything like that. But I've gotten aware lately. I embrace my crazy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. For me, I'm saying that as I use my crazy, my weirdness, as a coping mechanism. Because like a lot of people, if I do this or that or the other, they think I'm crazy. Well, it's when I'm doing this or that or the other, it's my coping mechanisms. I hope that makes sense, and I hope people don't take that as offensive, because I'm not meaning it that way. It's just so hard to explain some of this stuff. I'm not a professional at any of this, as you can tell. So, but yeah, just using my little visual, mental things like that is really helping me cope with things, and little by little I'm actually remembering more of my past. A lot of it is not pleasant to remember, but it's what has made me who I am today. So I embrace it. On a side note, I went to the doctor, before I get to the cyber stalker part, went to the doctor the other day, and I've been really depressed about this. I've been like sleeping like crazy because of, a little bit bummed. I probably should be on my meds because of this, because of sleeping a lot, because of this topic. But I've slept a lot now, and I'm moving forward now. Went to the doctor the other day, and I had my A1C checked for the first time, which it has to do with diabetes, your blood sugar. I've never had my A1C checked before. I don't know for sure why she was wanting to check my A1C. I think it's because when doing my body picking, I heal so slow. Which is not totally I heal slow, it's just that I keep picking. But I do heal slower than I used to. But I found out that I may be, it's not official yet, I may be borderline diabetic. So my A1C was 5.6, I think. And to Anthony, he said that that sounds like I am possibly type 1 diabetic. We don't know for sure yet. I won't know anything until I talk to the doctor again. But he just going by from the numbers. So I've been bummed about that, because here I've been working so hard to recover from my chronic fatigue. And I'm just now starting to do a little tiny bit better. And bam! Life has sent me a curveball again, and oh, you may have borderline diabetic, or borderline diabetic. Like, great. So I've been really depressed about that. But like I said, I've accepted it now, and I'm trying to just move forward and make better and more positive choices on what I eat, which, well, I can't guarantee I'll always eat better, because I'm a junk food junkie. Especially when it comes to my chocolate milk, my Highlands chocolate milk. When we go to the store and they have chocolate milk in stock, the whole milk, our store, until just recently, has always had the half gallons. So when there, I would get 4 half gallons. I would have those gone in 4 days, maybe less. I could chug that stuff like crazy. I can inhale it, which is not good. So, even before I found out that I'm borderline diabetic, I'd already went to the store, because I do know I need to make some positive changes, even before seeing the doctor about things. But I went to the store, I bought some, what do you call it? Starbucks iced coffees in the 4-packs, the little jars. Drank the coffees. It's sugar, of course. But then I rinsed them out, and now each time I get chocolate milk, I'm filling those, and that way I only have 1 bottle of chocolate milk a day, which is 9.5 ounces. 9.5, 10 ounces, something like that, a day, versus a half gallon. I love this stuff. It's one of my coping mechanisms. So, okay, and let's see, what time is it? Okay, I need to hurry. Now, my cyber stalker. There's this guy, I won't say his name, there's this guy from Africa that contacted me on Instagram probably 2 months ago, I think, and started talking to me. He claims he is a prince in Ghana, Africa. Even though any guy that has ever contacted me and trying to hit on me, I immediately, within the first 3 sentences, tell them I'm married. Like this guy, I told him the first sentence was, hi. I see what. Hi. The second sentence was, how are you? Third sentence was, before things go further, I'm married. So I made sure I let him know right off the bat. That's what I do with every guy that comes on there and tries to flirt with me and everything. I let them know I'm married. Usually, with other guys, as soon as I tell them that, bam, they're gone. They leave me alone. Occasionally, there's some of them that they won't leave immediately. They go, well, if you're not available, do you know anybody you can set me up with? And I tell them, honey, do I look like a dating service? Move on. Hi. So I tried to do that with this guy. And, after I tell the other guys that, they're gone. No problem. It's always been that way. On Facebook, on Instagram, anything like that. If they don't leave, when I first tell them I'm married, and then if they decide to hang around and see if I'll set them up with somebody, if I tell them I'm not a dating service, then they're gone. And not this guy. Oh my God, this guy has the biggest ego of anyone I have ever met. Out of this world, like out in space. Ego. So full of himself. Even though I've told him I'm married, he still thinks he's gonna, well, okay. First, when I was first talking to him, he was asking where I lived. So I told him, United States. I mean, anytime he asked a question, I basically give him a, pardon my French, but a smart-ass comment. A little, got sassy with him and snarky, and because I'm not going to take his crap. So he asked where I live, and I said, United States. Well, eventually we got to talking, and he was asking a little more where I lived. I'm not going to tell him exactly where I lived. So the only thing I've told him was Missouri. That's all I'm telling him. I am not telling him what town I live, and I'm not telling him what my address is. Hell no. No. I'm smarter than that. But, so now anytime he asks where I'm at, I go, Missouri. And I wish I had my other phone with me. I got all kinds of, I'll probably have to do a follow-up on this video later on to give you a more in-depth follow-up on the story. He thinks he's going to come here, even though I'm married, and snatch me away to make me his queen. And that's his words. Snatch me away. It's like, I don't think so. Ain't nobody gonna snatch me. Hello? No. Move on. I rejected this guy and insulted him so many times. And normally I'm nice. I'm the sweetest. I try to be the sweetest person that, you've ever talked to. When I talk to people, I try to be really nice. But this guy, he just cannot get the hint. I should have blocked him. But partly it's entertaining. And partly, this way I know he's not anywhere near me. I am going to have to block him, though, I think. I should have already. But, I know I should have, but I don't have a life. So it's been entertaining, give him crap. I shouldn't laugh at that, really, basically. See, I always thought that, because of my age, I'm 53. I always thought that because of my age, I'm a sassy old fat chick, So I thought nobody'd ever cyber-stalk me. I thought I was safe. No, obviously not. Especially this guy thinking that he's going to come here and just make me his woman. And he thinks he's going to snatch me away and control my every aspect of my life. And it's like, no. And another thing is, he thinks he's going to hook up with me and he's wanting to get me pregnant. So I have his baby. Another one. He's already got 4 babies by 5, wait, no, 5 babies by 4 other women. And he's actually said in his comments, his messages to me, that that is his thing. He is trying to get as many women, he's a black guy, he's trying to get as many, no offense to anybody that's black, by the way, I'm just saying that that's what he is, his race. But he is trying to get as many white women pregnant as he can to have his babies. So I'm like, oh, so that's your agenda. You want women to be your baby factories. And he said, yes. I'm like, wow. And the thing is, he thinks he's going to get me pregnant. I'm like, no, for one, I'm okay with not having kids. I can't have kids, by the way. My baby days are over, for one thing, and I just, even back when I was younger, Anthony and I, we tried to have kids, but we had miscarriages, and from there I had female problems and could not have kids from then on. But he doesn't know all this. And by the way, he doesn't know about my YouTube. He knows about my Instagram, he knows about my Facebook, but he doesn't know about anything else, any of my other social medias. Thank God. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. He thinks he's going to get me pregnant. I'm thinking, yeah, right. I don't think so. It ain't happening. And if no. I was like, I'm married. My baby days are over. And I've told him all these things. He cannot take no for an answer. He is the biggest narcissist I have ever, seriously, met in my entire life. And he's, at the beginning, he was trying to get money from me, even though he claims to be a prince of Africa, which I know it's, Africa is, compared to the United States, is not as wealthy of a country. I know that. But I lost my train of thought again. This guy just boggles my mind because of, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, he was trying to get money from me for him to fly to the United States and for him to get a visa to live in the United States, a work visa. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. And then he tried to get my social security number. It's like, no, I'm not giving you my social security number. I mean, this guy, I highly doubt he's actually even a prince. I really don't think so. And if he is, he sure doesn't act like any prince I'd want to know. But I am probably actually gonna have to block him. He's added other women that I have on my Instagram list, and I actually have had to warn them. I didn't have to warn them, but I warned them for in case. Some women, I figure it's, the other women he has on his list, I've not let them know. I can't let everybody know it because I can't protect everybody from this guy. Not that I'm a protector or saver, but it's hard to explain. But this guy just, and he's so, I don't mean to be rude, but man, he's so stupid. Him and I will be having a conversation. He'll say something, and I'll respond. And then he'll respond like, what do you mean? Where are you at? Or something. I can't remember what. Different, whatever. Like he doesn't even know what we're talking about. I'm like, dude, do you even follow your own conversation? Scroll up. Read what you said. Read what I said. Hello? That has happened on so many occasions. It's like, do you follow your own conversation? Because obviously not. the guy is just, and he swears up and down that I'm his woman. Even though I have told him repeatedly that no, I am not his woman. I will never be his woman. And all this kind of stuff. I mean, just like, no, no, go away. So, learn from my lesson. You're not safe just because you think you're older, or this or that or the other. He was wanting me to go to Ghana, Africa, and there's no way in hell I am going to go to Ghana, Africa. Because, one, I don't know him. I don't know if he's actually even a prince. And I don't know anything about him to know if he's a psycho or serial killer or anything. No. I'll have to tell about the other story in a different video, but I'll touch on it just a little bit. In my past, 25 years ago, no, 23 years ago, I think it was, I made a mistake. I met a guy online when I was gaming in a game, which I have no problem with gaming. It's the fact that I met the guy online, started chat with him and everything. I wasn't even talking to him romantically or anything like that. But Anthony and I were having problems with our marriage. And I wanted to leave Anthony at that time because of our troubles. And I wanted to go someplace and just get a completely fresh start. So this guy lived in Texas. His name was Jason. Oh, I'll finish that story after a while. Oh, I'll finish that story in another video. So I'll catch you guys again later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And I'll catch you again later. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back for just a little bit. My parents came home from church, so I stopped the video. What I have to say, they already know about all of it. I don't have anything to hide from them. I didn't want all the interruptions. I have enough interruptions with the cats. So, anyway, there's no way I was or am ever gonna go to Ghana, Africa, because 23 years ago, I made a huge mistake. Anthony and I were having troubles with our marriage, and I met this guy online in-game, and him and I got to talking. It wasn't even a romantic relationship. Anthony and I were having troubles, and I just wanted to go someplace that I could start fresh, new start in life. I lived in Missouri, he lived in Texas. So I packed all my things and left Missouri and went to Texas. Huge mistake. The guy gave me nothing but trouble. For the first couple weeks, I had to live out of my car. I was homeless because I had no place to stay. I thought I had enough money to get me an apartment, but I didn't. By the time I actually got a motel for a couple nights, and then, of course, all the gas and food to get there, because I got lost, like majorly lost, getting from Missouri to Texas. I am navigationally challenged. This is before we had GPS. So, but, long story short, the first couple weeks, I lived in my car with my cat, my guinea pig, and my hamster, and all my belongings. I mean, I had my car packed full. I had the back seat full. I had the back seat floorboards full. I had the front seat filled with my cat, and I had the front seat floorboard filled with my hamster and guinea pig cages. I had the trunk full. It was so full that it wouldn't close. I actually had bungee cords to try to hold it shut. Even then, it didn't hold it shut. And I lost out of a trash bag my bras and underwear somewhere between Missouri and Texas in the middle of the night as I traveled. Yeah, I left a little trail of undies. But, and then on top of my roof of my car, I had one of those big old huge bamboo chairs that has those big cushions. It was hot pink. Yeah. Let's put it this way, I look like modern day Beverly Hillbillies. So, got down there, didn't have any place to live, lived in my car for a while, so he arranged it where I could stay with one of his friends. I thought it was going to be where I could stay for a little bit until I was able to get a job and get on my feet and get an apartment. No, within 2 days, I hadn't done anything. I was just trying to, you know, I guess they just didn't want an extra, you know, a stranger in their house and thing, which I totally get that. But 2 days after I stayed with them, they kicked me out. So which I think he had something to do with that. His name was Jason. Then he arranged for me to stay with another couple. Same situation. It's supposed to have been until I get on my feet. Again, a couple days after I stayed with them, they kicked me out. Because they had a rule of he was not allowed over when I was there by myself. I didn't let him come over. He came over on his own, and he knew that rule. So that got me kicked out. So then he moved me in with him and his wife. His wife was not happy with things, which I don't blame her. But he started using me in many ways, particularly sexually, making me do things basically as payment for staying there. And because I didn't have any place to go or live or anything, you know, I got myself in a mess. Yeah, it wasn't a good situation. Well, then he got mad because I wanted to come back home to Missouri. I wanted to call Anthony. He wouldn't even allow me to call Anthony. Even though Anthony and I were fighting and stuff, he tried to stop me from calling Anthony. Well, what little did he know is I was occasionally calling Anthony when I was at work. I actually got a job at Long John Silver's. That was one of my jobs. I had 3 different jobs when I was there. 3, 4? 2 of them I think I lost shortly after I got there because I couldn't handle the jobs or something. I don't remember. But then there's 2 of them I was working at 2 jobs. 2 part-time jobs to make a full-time living to try to get money to get an apartment. Well, he started taking all my money as payment for living there. So I couldn't get anywhere on getting an apartment. Well, things went on and things got heated between him and I. And then he threatened to kill me and put my body in a body bag and put me in the river. Well, about that time, his friend Raymond came over to visit. And because of him telling me about that, about putting me in a body bag, it freaked me out. While they were talking, I quickly grabbed all my belongings that I could get a hold of, and my cat, while I was down there, my gerbil and my guinea pig died. But I still had my cat, Goofy. So I grabbed my cat and whatever belongings I could manage to grab quickly and throw in the car. I had to leave a whole bunch of heirlooms behind. My grandmother's quilts that they'd made, that were handmade, jewelry that were my grandmother's, my diamond engagement ring, all kinds of stuff. Thinking that I could go back with the police later and get my belongings, but no. I went back. Anthony finally managed to get down there and help me. But I took the police with me to Jason's house, thinking I could get my belongings. But no. They believed his side of the story instead of mine, because he was that he was a narcissist, and he was that good of a liar that he was actually able to get them to believe his side of the story. But the point is, since then I've learned to not trust just anybody I meet online and just go, because I could be dead by now, or at this moment. So learn from my lesson and be careful who you talk to. I should be blocking this guy, I know. I actually had him blocked at one time, but I unblocked him because I kind of sort of wanted to keep tabs of where he's at, because I don't trust him to actually search me out and find me. So this way, at least by talking to him, I know where he's at. Well, I hope. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I won't go into detail, but I have increased security measures at home because of things, as well as online. So, I guess I could put myself in a little more light, huh? Duh. I didn't think of this earlier. But, learn from my lesson and go ahead and put your, how do you say it? Make your social medias, start to say social securities, your social medias secure as possible so that people don't know where you live. Don't tell people where you live, especially not your actual address. This guy thinks I'm going to tell him, and it's like, I am not telling you my address. He has tried so many times to get my actual address. It's like, I'm not telling you. Get over it. Get over yourself. So, alright, anywho, I think this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm going to scoot, and I gotta go do dishes real quick. So, I'll catch you guys later. Oh my gosh, I want to stay out here. It's so nice. That breeze feels so good. We seriously need a screened-in porch. Oh, that breeze feels so good. I don't want to go back in the hot house. Do I gotta? Alright. Anywho, I'll keep you guys up to date on any more information on my cyber stalker. Or anything else that happens for that matter. But yeah, seriously, I am not joking. Set your permissions where people cannot see where you live. Do not tell them where you live. Knowing what that you're in the United States or what state you're in, I don't think as what was the word? What's the word? I can't think of the word. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say, I hope. But definitely do not tell them what town you live, what street you live, you know, like that. So, cops are chasing somebody. But yeah, this guy has me a little bit nervous because he is, like I said, he's got the biggest ego I've ever met of anybody. I have never, it just blows my mind how much of an ego he has. I thought Anthony had a big ego, and other friends I have, I thought they had big egos. This guy, anybody I've ever met that has a big ego, including my dad, this guy has all their egos and then some combined. It's outrageous. So, anywho, I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And I will catch you again later. I'll keep you up to date on my mess. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.